You slept enough, so why do you wake up tense? That's not fatigue, it's vigilance. Your body still thinks danger is near. Your morning isn't broken, your night is just too loud. I used to think I was lazy. Genuinely. Every morning the alarm would go off and my body would feel like it had been poured into the mattress overnight. Not sleepy exactly, but heavy. Like someone had changed the gravity settings while I was out. I'd hit snooze 3, 4 times, drag myself to the bathroom, stare at my own face and think, what is wrong with me? I slept 7 hours. Why does it feel like I slept 45 minutes in an airport terminal? For the longest time, I blamed discipline. I tried going to bed earlier. I tried melatonin gummies, sleep playlists, lavender sprays, the whole sad little arsenal of someone trying really hard to be a morning person. None of it stuck. And that failure, it didn't just stay in the morning. It leaked into the rest of my day. I'd start every single day already behind, already disappointed in myself before I'd even made coffee. Then something shifted. Not because I found the right hack, but because I started paying attention to the wrong end of the problem. See, I work in medical devices. I build software for precision measurement equipment, blood glucose monitors, ketone meters, things that read biological signals with extreme accuracy. And one thing I've learned from that work is when the output is off, the problem is almost never at the point of output. It's upstream, way upstream. So I started looking at my mornings the same way I'd look at a sensor reading that didn't make sense. I stopped asking, why can't I wake up? And started asking, what happened before I tried to sleep? And honestly, the answer was embarrassing. Most nights I was doing this. Lying in bed, phone 6 inches from my face, cycling through Instagram reels, Twitter threads, Reddit rabbit holes, news articles I didn't even care about. Not because I wanted to, but because it was the only way my brain knew how to wind down after a long day. Or at least, that's what I told myself. The truth is, it wasn't winding down at all. It was revving up in disguise. I started wearing a fitness tracker. Nothing fancy, just enough to log heart rate variability and sleep stages. And what I noticed over a few weeks genuinely unsettled me. On nights when I scrolled heavily before bed, my deep sleep tanked. Not by a dramatic amount, maybe 15-20%, but the next morning, my body acted like it hadn't slept at all. My HRV was lower. That initial spike of alertness you're supposed to feel when you wake up, the cortisol pulse your body releases to boot you into the day. It was delayed. Sometimes by over an hour. The weird part? My total sleep time was nearly identical on those nights. 7 hours scrolling, 7 hours not scrolling. Same duration. Completely different quality. It was like comparing 2 computers that were both on for 8 hours. Except one of them spent the whole time running background processes it never finished. That metaphor actually helped me understand what was happening. Your brain doesn't just turn off when you close your eyes. Sleep is more like a sequenced program. It has phases, each one doing a specific job. Memory consolidation, hormonal recalibration, emotional processing. When you flood your brain with high stimulation input right before that sequence starts, it's like force quitting an operating system while it's still saving files. The shutdown looks the same from the outside, but the next boot up, sluggish, confused, half-loaded. I remember one particular Thursday. I'd been reading this long investigative article on my phone in bed, then jumped to YouTube for a documentary clip, then somehow ended up watching kitchen renovation videos at 1 a.m. I wasn't anxious. I wasn't stressed. I just kept going. The next morning, I could barely function. I sat at my desk at work for 20 minutes before I could even parse an email. That was the day I thought, okay, this isn't a sleep problem. This is an input problem. So I tried something stupidly simple. I set a cutoff. 90 minutes before I planned to sleep, I stopped all digital input. No news, no feeds, no messages unless they were urgent. I didn't replace it with anything productive. I wasn't journaling or meditating or doing yoga. I was just sitting. Sometimes I'd water my plants. Sometimes I'd fold laundry. One time, I literally just stood by my window and watched the street for 10 minutes like some character in a European film. It felt absurd. It felt boring. But after about a week, something changed. I started waking up before my alarm. Not dramatically early, just naturally. My eyes would open, and instead of that thick, confused fog, there was clarity. Like the difference between a computer doing a clean restart versus one recovering from a crash. My body wasn't fighting the morning anymore. It was meeting it. The cortisol response, that natural wake-up signal, was actually landing when it was supposed to. And I didn't engineer that. I didn't take anything. I just stopped overwhelming the system the night before. Here's what I think is actually happening, and I want to be honest. I'm not a sleep scientist. I'm a software engineer who builds measurement tools and reads too many papers after midnight, which is ironic. But the pattern I've seen in my own data and in the literature I've gone through suggests something like this. Your body runs on a synchronization protocol. Light, temperature, food timing, movement. They're all inputs that tell your internal clock what time it is. But digital stimulation, especially the rapid-fire, emotionally charged kind, it sends conflicting signals. It tells your brain it's still daytime. It keeps your alertness circuits firing when they should be powering down. And when those circuits don't get their proper off cycle, the morning startup sequence gets delayed. It's not that you're tired, it's that your system hasn't finished its overnight maintenance. I wish I could tell you I've been perfect about this since I figured it out. I haven't. There are still nights I fall into the scroll hole and wake up feeling like I owe my body an apology. Last week, I stayed up watching a 3-part series on deep sea creatures. Couldn't stop. And the next morning, I was practically nonverbal until noon. So I get it. The pull is real. But the difference now is that I understand what's happening. I'm not blaming myself anymore. I'm not thinking I need more willpower or an earlier bedtime. I just need a quieter night. If mornings have been hard for you, and I mean that bone-deep, existential kind of hard, where you wonder if something is fundamentally wrong with you, maybe nothing is wrong. Maybe your system is just processing too much input too late, and the fix isn't adding another habit to your morning routine. It's subtracting noise from your night. Start small. Pick a time, maybe an hour before bed, maybe 90 minutes if you're feeling bold, and just let your brain idle. Don't fill it with anything. Don't optimize it. Just let the system cool down. Your body knows how to wake up. It's been doing it your whole life. You just have to stop making it so hard to finish sleeping first. The morning you want is already waiting. It starts the night before, in the silence you choose.